Welcome back to the endgame Ultimate Iron Man, where I try to complete all the best in slot gear without ever banking. In the previous episode, we reclaimed our max cape with 99 sailing, hunted some new monsters, and finally decked out our sloop with some new cannons. And that brings us up to now. Alright, we are at Chambers today because my account currently faces one big problem. My ranged gear is best in slot, my melee is also just as good, but my mage gear, it's awful in comparison. As you can see, I've got the ancestral robe top, a best in slot. I've already gotten an ancestral hat, but unfortunately, that is trapped away in the player-owned house. For those that don't know, an Ultimate Iron can deposit their items in the costume room, but can only withdraw the items if the set is completed. So without the ancestral robe bottoms, I'll never be able to get my hat or store this robe top. Two crucial things that would greatly help my UIM. Right now, my next best mage bottom is the Blue Moon Tassets, which is part of a stash unit. However, stash units work a little bit different than the POH. All of these items must be taken out or deposited at once. You cannot just pick one item out of the mix. This makes it difficult because although Blue Moon is a great alternative for now, it also means I need to carry an additional 3 items with me. As you can imagine, space is always pretty limited on an Ultimate Iron Man, and I don't want to contribute to that even more. So the best solution is to just go for the ancestral robe bottoms from Chambers of Xeric. But even that comes with its downfalls. Let's say I receive about 45,000 points per raid, which is typical for me. This means I have around a 1 in 20 chance of receiving a unique item. After that, there is an additional 1 in 23 chance that I roll the ancestral robe bottoms. This makes the ancestral robe bottoms roughly a 1 out of 443 drop. For comparison, that's about the same chance of me pulling a 2-mech shadow at TOA in my usual solos. To put that into perspective, if I complete a chambers every 30 minutes, that's still around a 220-hour grind just to get this singular item on rate. And that's not even including scouting or the time between raids. I need to get the luck of a mega rare just to complete this robe set. Thankfully, I've already got everything else I need from Chambers, like the highly coveted Twisted Bow, and I even pulled the Elder Maul in the previous Chambers video. So let's see what we can accomplish this time around.
Good luck. No way! Oh,
No!
damn. I saw ancestral.
No! I can't believe that the first drop that we got at Chambers instantly right away was ancestral. Unfortunately, it was the robe top. So here on screen is my current collection log. As you can see, I've got 3 hats, and that was the 3rd top that I've gotten, still missing the bottoms. So obviously we don't need a second robe top. I could just drop this to my main for some money, but I guess for now I will just place it inside the POH prison along with my ancestral hat. It might be a while before these ever come out, and maybe I'll be able to get the Twist Ancestral kit someday too. Who knows? Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention that for this current stretch of Chambers, I'm going to be swapping between Challenge Mode and 3+4s. If you saw the previous Chambers video, then you know that in 3+4s, I like to bring my main along to help tank rooms and speed up the raid. Well, this time around, I won't have my main because I sold them for GP. What I meant was I'm training sailing to get my max cape back. So that means I won't have the extra help of my main to get through these chambers. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Never lucky. Something else for those that don't know, since UIMs can't use the storage chest in here, I just drop a few items before I go into Ulm every time, so that I can have the maximum amount of space for supplies. I don't drop anything too valuable in case I ever disconnect, but it would be slightly annoying if I did lose this stuff. Look, good luck, good luck. Never lucky.
Never lucky, man.
Never lucky. What the fuck? What? Another Elder Maul? Well, that's kind of crazy. I got my first Elder Maul around 1150 KC, and now my second Elder Maul less than 50 KC later. I'm not going to drop this right away to my main. Like I said before, my main is salvaging way out in the ocean, and these guys want to do the back-to-back quick, so I'm just going to toss this into the looting bag for now until my main comes back to land. Hello? Bro. No. Okay, this is kind of an annoying situation here. not only am I likely going to die and lose my points, but since I'm going with strangers, if they complete the raid and leave before I'm able to reconnect, then those items that I typically drop before Ulm will just be deleted. Fortunately, I don't drop anything that I can't easily get back, but the worst thing to lose is my max cape, since that would set me back about 3 mil cash. Yep, well, we died, unfortunately, so there goes a bunch of our points, but luckily they didn't leave yet, so I did not lose the max cape this time. If you've ever done melee hand in 3+4s, you'll know that it's very relaxed, and the most points. Since my melee gear greatly surpasses my mage gear, I'm going into the raids and simply asking if I can do melee hand. Most of the time they let me since I've got best in slot, including the Ultor. Not only that, but the scythe is also really good throughout the raid. Who would have thought a mega rare would just be good? Never. So before every challenge mode, I am running to the spawn by the Orania teleport and getting the anti-poison just for shamans. Then I'll fill the rest of my inventory with potatoes. Someone bought these already? After that, I will go to the farming guild and grab a black warlock and a ruby harvest. Both of these give the attack and strength boost, so I don't need to waste all my super combat pots. And finally after that, I go back to Chambers of Xeric and we are ready to start the raid. Never.
Speed chaser.
Good luck, good luck, good luck. Ooh, new duo PB. Good luck. Never.
Nothing. I really thought we were gonna get something there.
Never. Oh,
There
nice.
we go. I don't know what your main is, but I can pay you at the end of the day if you want. I hope so. Even better if it's a twisted bow for me at least.
Damn it.
Nothing. Like, come on.
Good luck, good luck.
Twisted
Oh, he got a
kit.
twisted kit.
Nice.
Oh, he got dust.
Fuck off. Nice.
Same guy gets twisted kit and back-to-back dust. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of jealous that is my favorite pet in the game, but I don't even have the dust, nor do I have the pet, so we are quite a ways off of that.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, I would greatly appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe button. Your support helps me get out more content just like this. Thank you so much for helping me grow my YouTube channel. Good luck.
Oh yeah, man.
Damn.
You.
I know Tears is pointless, I'm already maxed, but it's still kind of fun to see what random skill I'm gonna get the XP drop in. Never lucky. Oh shit, he got a dex. Good luck. Never. Oh, well, that's what we got here.
Damn.
Are we lucky? Never lucky. Never
Never
lucky.
lucky.
Alright, we death banked, and now I'm going to take out the Elder Maul that we got. Yeah, I guess I took out both Elder Mauls, but yeah, we are going to drop over this to the main. Alright, I got both the Elder Mauls out. Ooh, don't have that drop option. Let me turn that off real quick. Okay, and we are going to drop this one for the main. Alright, there we go. Elder Maul secured. Now, pay attention to what I typed in chat. I've never typed this before, and I really don't know what compelled me to do this. What? No way! No way! No way! No fucking way! What? No way. And now I gotta keep my word, so here's proof of my main handing out those bonds. Alright, let's see it. Well, that's funny, I still have an inventory tag on it from, a long time ago. Okay, turn that off. Ah, okay. That is the full ancestral set completed. Kind of funny that I just rebagged to get it on the very next run. Anyway, here is the current collection log on screen. That is every unique item from Chambers completed. Obviously, I don't have the capes, pet, or dust, and I likely won't be going back for those either. Eventually, I would like to go back to complete the rest of the combat tasks, which are mostly team speed tasks, but for now, we are done with Chambers. And one more thing, I need to store this blue moon for the last time. You served me well. And now that I have the completed set, I can drop that extra ancestral top that we got earlier. It would have been kind of cool to get a set with the twisted kits as well, but I'm not going to complain about this. Anyway, that is 130 mil to the main. I've got some common loot from Chambers that I wanted to use up quick, so I'm going to process this stuff and I will be right back. And I gotta get some secondaries for the herbs that I collected, so snape grass for my prayer potions. And that's all of my prayer pots completed. And there are all of my super restores completed. Okay, we are back at Hispori, checking out the rest of our stuff. I'm now going to be gearing for something a little different. You'll see. So, this is something I've wanted to check off for a while. I currently have charges in my Ring of Suffering, and I figured now would be a good time to try and knock out the last two combat tests that I have at Zulrah. Both of them are just the speed times, and apparently they are very easy if you've got a Noctis Halberd, which I do. Anyway, completing these will put me one step closer to inevitably dropping my Ring of Suffering. Oh yeah, and I've never tried melee Zulrah before, so it might take me a few kills just to get used to it. Okay, first kill at 1 minute and 17 seconds. That's really not bad for the first attempt, and luckily we did get some antidotes. I can turn these into anti-venoms to make these kills a little more convenient. I should join the circus with all this juggling I'm doing. Anyway, that's my anti-venoms completed. Yo, we're a speed chaser. That wasn't that bad. That was like my third try. Oh, same time, 55 seconds. I need to shave off 1 second. Yo, we finally got the time. Let's go. 53 seconds. Zorro, 9 out of 9. Let's go. And that only took me 13 kills from starting to get both of the speed tasks, so that really wasn't too bad. Took me about an hour to complete it. Anyway, I'm glad to get those Zulrah tasks finally completed. Now we are one step closer to the master plan. And before coming into the Chambers grind, I didn't think I would get the ancestral robe bottoms so quickly. That was only 38 raids in total from this little stretch of Chambers. Like I said in the beginning, this was supposed to be a 220-hour grind, and clearly it did not take us that long. Now, I could argue that I should have gotten the ancestral robe bottoms way earlier since I was technically dry on them. Or just maybe, sometimes lucky. Anyway, as you can see, I'm going to be getting rid of these surge potions. These have been in my chugging barrel ever since Yama came out, and I've barely touched them since. Instead, I'm going to be placing these anti-venoms that I just made inside the barrel. And finally, I want to store my scythe at the moons. If you didn't know, during the fight with the blue moon, there is a phase where your weapon gets stolen. Well, this is useful for ultimates because it allows us to store any weapon we want, even untradeable ones. My scythe is technically untradeable at the moment since it has charges in it, and I don't want to waste them. But all we have to do is log out right as our scythe is stolen. And every time we log back in, we will receive a message reminding us that our scythe is currently being held. With all that out of the way, I am going to be rebagging at Hespori so that I can be ready for the next grind ahead of us. Alright guys, in this video we finally completed all of the items from Chambers with the ancestral robe bottoms, which brings me one step closer to the best in slot mage. If you made it this far into the video, let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments section. I make sure to read every single one. I'm excited to show you guys what we have going on in the next video. Anyway, that's going to be everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.